What's up, guys? The JT here. Today I'm going to teach beginners how to blow O's. This is blowing O's for beginners by a beginner. Today we're going to cover 4 things. We're going to cover your environment. We're going to cover the shape of your mouth. We're going to go over what's in your device. And we're going to go over what to do when you've got those 3 things down. First off, let me say that there are a ton of great videos out there by very accomplished vapors who blow O-rings like madmen. They can spam, they can do doubles, they can do triples, they can do jellyfish, they can split O's into other O's, and they are all very, very good at showing how to do an O. My only thing with them is that I'm just learning, so I think some of the things that I have gone through can help you to get an O out of your mouth. If you are looking for denser vapes, denser O's, if you're looking for more distance on your O's, if you're looking for how to be more successful at your tricks, this is not the video for you. This is the video for the person who is sitting there blowing puffs of smoke and cannot get an O out of their mouth to save their life. Hopefully I'm going to save their life, and hopefully I'm going to be able to help them get an O out of their mouth. Now, first thing we want to talk about is the environment. I'm in my car, as you guys can see, and I'm in my car for a reason. There's no drafts in here, no air movement. The AC's off, the windows are up. The only movement that's being produced is when I wave my hands about, or talking, or vaping, or blowing an O, or whatever. That's the only air that's moving. Minimizing the moving air in the room you are in is critical. I mean, absolutely critical to getting out those first O's. Any movement at all will be able to disrupt these thin, wispy O's that you're going to produce right off the bat. And it's going to just completely destroy your confidence. You're going to try and fail, but with a draft in the room, it's going to mess you up at first. There are plenty of people that after tons of practice can blow a nice, thick, solid, stable O, even in a room with a decent little draft in it. But for now, you need to focus on completely minimizing that air. Get in your car. All you're going to do is sit there and practice just getting the O out of your mouth. Go into your room. Cover the vent. You want to turn off the fans, plug up all the little leaks around the door so you don't have any just swaths of air moving through the room, just really crushing your hopes. Go into a closet, that's another place, a bathroom with the vent covered and no hot water running. Hot water produces hot air around it. That air rises, it creates a draft. So that's one of the most important things I can tell you, is to minimize that. Number 2 is going to be the shape of your mouth. Now, they will explain in other videos that you want an O face, but everybody's face is different. So one of the things that I have to tell you right up front is to be very, very conscious that everybody's face is different. It's going to take tweaking. It's going to take practice to get your mouth in the right shape for you. It did for me. I'm sure it did for all these other vapors out here. So one of the tools that I found to be the most helpful was a front-facing camera or a mirror. I actually used the mirror up here whenever I was practicing, and I still do at some point. This way I can see my mistakes. I can see when that vapor has reached the edge of my mouth, and I can push just a little bit. This way, whenever the vapor comes out, I can see it's either just a ball of nothingness, of mess, or if it's at least trying to form an O. If it's trying to, then you're going in the right direction. So hope is there. Number 3 thing I want to touch on is the coil build in your RDA. Right now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but I'm running 9 wraps, 22 gauge. The reason I'm running 9 wraps is because you want cotton coverage. To get nice dense vapor that a ring will hold up a little bit to, you want a thicker vape. You don't want necessarily these insanely fast ramp up times that produce huge amounts of vapor but don't have any substance to them. You want to use that cotton as efficiently as possible to produce a nice, just thick amount of vapor. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is thick vapor. That's when you can't see through it, that's pretty thick. So that's one of the things that will help you on your way to success. Now, when forming your mouth, I always try to make my mouth in the shape of an O, and then I try to curl my lips in a little bit. I want them almost facing each other. They say to pull them around your teeth, basically. That's more of a metaphor than it is an actual thing. I'm going to roll down the window so we can get a little bit of clarity here on the camera. You want to just try. Bring them in. I also started out with my mouth opening being smaller than some of these guys. Some of these guys that are producing these hoop O-rings, they've trained their muscles to just open as wide as they possibly can in the shape of an O. But that's not where I started. I don't know if that's where they started or not, but that's not where I started. I started with the shape. This way you can easily bend your lips down and up so they're facing each other. And you can comfortably make that O shape. And when you finally nail that down, you'll be able to get some O's out. Now, the method that you push the O's out is one of the things I want to talk about that's on my number 4 list. Things to do after you've got your environment nice and stable, a decent coil build, you've found your O in your face. You want to inhale the vapor. I take lung hits. I pull all the vapor into my lungs, and then I exhale a little bit just to get that vapor in the mouth without there being this cushion of air present between my lips and the vapor. So get that cushion of air out. Form your O, and then lightly, I cannot stress enough how lightly you should kind of just cough from the diaphragm area, from down here. You want to just Now, the lighter you can do this, the better it will be for you. It's easier to cough harder later on, I feel anyway. It's easier to cough harder later on than it is to back off once you've gotten used to trying to cough kind of hard. So I mean, at this point, you're not trying to shoot O's across the room. You're not trying to bend anything. You're just trying to get the vapor out in the shape of your mouth. So what it looks like would be something like this. I'm going to get a little closer. Now, as you see, sometimes they came out, sometimes they didn't. But it's a great place to start. so that way you can help narrow down the shape of your face a little bit to where it needs to be, so you can see a ring, see production. Self-confidence can get shot easily by seeing zero results, and this way you start seeing some results from what you're doing. Now, the second thing I want to talk about for after you've got your 3 things set up is practice. Practice, 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 practice. If you don't practice it, you won't get it. After you start getting those rings out with those nice light little coughs, you can start then adding in some of these tricks from these other great videos that I talked about before. Coughing a little harder, maybe snapping your jaw closed a little bit to kind of start pushing the distance, building even crazier, more insane coil builds to get the maximum density and vapor possible. But until then, do these things, do them repetitively over and over and over, and then hopefully soon you'll be able to take a vape and blow some O's. I blew a few there. One of the other things I want to mention is the use of a mirror. Practice in front of a mirror. This will help you see what you're doing and where your vapor is and how you can adjust a little bit better. And you'll get some O's out. Either way, the JT here, wishing you the best of luck. Practice those O's. Use these tips and tricks. Leave me some comments. Let me know how it's going for you. If it helped, great. If you think my video sucks, great. Let me know. I appreciate you. Have a nice day. I'm out.